So hello and welcome back to this course on R programming, and in this tutorial we'll be learning more about layers. Now first of all, let us create an object. Let's say it to be S, and we'll create the object with the function ggplot, and then we'll give data equals MOV, because that's basically the data that we have. Then in the aesthetics we'll give the value of x equals audience ratings. So now let's run this command, and then into our object S we'll add a histogram layer, and we'll have the fill black and the color, let us suppose it to be blue. So let's run this line. So let us also supply the bin width 10. So now if we run this line, then we can see that the rating of audience is a normal distribution. And this approach of adding layers is one approach. Now let's learn about the second approach. Let's say second PPROS approach. Yes, and in the second approach what we'll do is we'll create an object S, and then we'll supply ggplot to our object and data equals MOV, and this time we'll not supply any aesthetics, means we'll just supply the data to our object and no any x coordinate or no any y coordinate, will only supply the data. In this case, in order to construct a histogram, we will need to supply bin width equals 10, and then we will need fill and color to be supplied, but we'll also need the aesthetics to be supplied, and here aesthetics equals x equals AUDRATE. And if we run this line, then we can get the same graph, or we can get the same histogram. But let us suppose we are working in a large data set or a large data frame, and we need to change the aesthetics frequently. So in that case, it is better to not supply the aesthetics pre-hand, and then later on supply the aesthetics while creating a histogram or point or line or anything what you want to create, because this provides an additional flexibility to you while working with R programming. And let us also check the third approach. And in the third approach, what we are gonna do is we'll again create an object, but this time we'll keep the ggplot brackets empty. So this time when we create an object using the layers, we'll need to supply data as well. Let's say data equals MOV. Now this approach, in where we'll create a blank object and then we'll supply data, aesthetics and everything later on, will come in more handy if you are working with multiple datasets and you need to create multiple graphs at the same time, because supplying the aesthetics before to the object and then later on changing those aesthetics is not a professional way of constructing graphs. And these approaches gives you additional flexibility, because you can basically create the graph of any dataset. For example, if you supply data before to the object, then later on you can't change the data. And as of now, let's remember our challenge. We needed to supply the CEO of the website with 6 graphs. So this graph might be useful to us, but let's make this graph more appealing by changing the color and fill. Let's change the fill to gray, and let's set the color to black, and then we'll export this image. Let us say audience ratings, and let's save. Now we have viewed how the audience rate movies, and they rate the movies normally, and the mean of audience rating is somewhere here between 50 to 60. So let's check how the critics rate the movies, and for that we don't need to change much, but we will simply change the value of x to rotten rate, and then if we run this line, then we can see that the rating of critics is quite uniform compared to the rating of audience. This difference occurs because the critics ratings are more professional compared to audience, and I think this is something we need to present in our analysis. So let's export this image as well, and we'll say it as critics ratings. So far we have got 3 charts, and if you remember the challenge, our challenge was to extract 6 charts to present to the CEO of the website. So that's it for today's tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video.